Hello everyone, my name is Caleb. I'm a local realtor here in the Fraser Valley. I serve Chilliwack and the surrounding areas as a residential and agricultural realtor. The purpose of this video is to essentially break down the process for buying a piece of property, now whether that be a condo, a townhouse, a small acreage, or a farm. I wanted to essentially make a guide or a tutorial for people who are new to British Columbia's real estate market or first-time home buyers who've lived here their whole life. The process can seem a bit daunting, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break it down, I'm going to keep it simple, and hopefully by the end of this, you'll know exactly what to do and how to do it. Step number one of home shopping is pre-approval. It's likely that you're going to require financing to purchase a home. Your first mission is to obtain pre-approval from a bank or mortgage broker. Essentially what this means is before you're shopping, you're going to establish your budget. So you're going to talk to either a bank or mortgage broker. They're going to ask you a number of questions like what's your income, what are your expenses, and do you have any debt? They're also going to look at your credit score, and they're going to use that to determine what type of mortgage you can afford, which is going to determine basically how much house you can get. Step number two is you need to determine your wants and needs. So decide what is important to you and what type of dwelling will best suit you. This might be an apartment, a townhouse, or a single family home, depending on your lifestyle and your budget. Step number three, this is where I come in. You want to find a reputable agent in your area who has a good understanding of that specific area and a good understanding of what you're looking to buy in that area. A good realtor is going to help you negotiate your price on the home. They're going to tell you if they think the home is overpriced or if it's a good buy. They know local trends. They know how to draft legally enforceable contracts that will protect you if anything goes wrong. And they're also experts on the neighborhood. They can tell you about the bylaws, they can tell you about the municipality, and they can tell you if there's any concerns coming down the road, like what's planned for that neighborhood in the future. All right, number four, it's shopping time. So when your agent finds a home or when you find a home that matches your criteria, they might book a showing or a number of showings all in a row, and you can decide which one you like best. You might not like any of them. It may take a number of weeks or even months to find exactly what you're looking for. So your agent will show you as many homes as necessary until you find the perfect one. Number five, it's offer writing time. So you found a place that checks all or most of your boxes, so you decide to write an offer. Your real estate agent is going to advise you what price is fair for the home and negotiate on your behalf to get you the best deal. They're also going to recommend a period of due diligence where you can do arrange financing and where you can conduct a home inspection to make sure you know what you're getting yourself into before you commit to the purchase. You'll also choose a closing date. This is when you exchange the title for the funds. So that's an important one to remember. There's also something called a possession date. That's when you actually get to the keys to the property and move in. So those are generally about 1 to 2 days apart. At this time, when you write the offer, you're also going to decide what items you'd like included with the purchase. So this will generally be your appliances, so your stove, washer, dryer, dishwasher, things like that. Could also be other items like a hot tub, or even furniture. We've seen it really depends. You can try and put anything you want in the contract as long as the seller agrees. So once your offer is complete, your agent is going to send it to the seller's agent, and that's the seller may either refuse the offer, accept the offer, or counter the offer with different price and terms or dates. The seller may also extend the expiry time in order to keep the contract alive and legally binding. This can go on for a bit. Sometimes to negotiate a contract will take 2 to 3 days before you have a fully accepted offer. Number six, acceptance. So you and the seller have now come to terms and they have accepted your offer. Your real estate agent has negotiated you the best price, the most favorable terms that he thinks are possible for you in this situation. So you now enter what is called the due diligence period or the subject removal period. And this can be anywhere from about 1 day to 2 weeks for a standard residential deal, whether that be strata or non-strata. During this period, you'll make sure the property is satisfactory. So you're going to do a number of things like an inspection, make sure you can get home insurance, review the strata documentation, so make sure that you know all the rules and the bylaws. You're also going to make sure that you're approved solid for financing, and you're going to want to basically, any questions that you have about the property that you're not certain of, you're going to want to firm that information up prior to committing to the purchase. Step number 7 is called subject removal. So after you've completed all your due diligence, you've done a home inspection, you've been approved for financing, you've reviewed the title. If it's a strata unit, you have reviewed the strata documentation, the budget, things like that. If you're happy with all that, you can finally commit to the purchase. So you've pretty much done your homework on the property and now you're ready to commit and buy the place. Number 8 is deposit. So after you've completed your subject removal, you're happy with the property, you've committed to the purchase, it's time to put down a deposit. Deposits are usually paid within the following business day of subject removal by certified funds or by a wire transfer. They're paid to the buyer's agent's brokerage and held in trust at arm's length. So basically neither side has access to the deposit until the completion day, at which point it's forwarded to your lawyer or notary and they use it to form part of the purchase price. Step number 9 is completion, and we're getting to the end here. Completion is where the seller gets paid and the buyer gets the house, essentially. So it's the exchange of title for funds. This is handled by either a lawyer or notary of the buyer's choosing. The seller also has a lawyer or notary representing them. So essentially what happens is the real estate offices will send the legal professionals all the paperwork pertaining to the transaction, so they'll have all the information, and then what they do is they'll call their clients, which would be you in this case, about a week or a couple days before the completion takes place and say, can you please come in and sign for your purchase or sale, and also bring in any funds required to complete. So if you're buying, that would be your down payment plus other fees, legal fees and taxes, less the deposit that you paid to the brokerage earlier in trust. All right, so step number 10 is possession. This one's everyone's favorite. This is when you get the keys. It's usually a day or two following completion. This gives the seller some time to move out. The agents will coordinate a key handoff between themselves, and then the buyer's agent will meet the buyer at the property. They'll do a walkthrough, make sure it's in relatively the same condition as when they viewed it prior to writing the offer, and also to make sure that all the included items that were written in the offer are still there. After that, you're done. The place is yours. Congratulations.